Hey, and welcome back. Just wanted to run you guys through a project that I've been working on in Python. We are scraping DraftKings lines and then using the stats that we get off of Basketball Reference to do some math and basically calculate whether or not if a rebound is going to happen or if they're going to score more than however many rebounds. Whether or not betting at the current line is favorable for us. So forgive my spaghetti code. I'm not much of a coder. I just kind of figure things out. So I know there's definitely stuff in here that could be done much more efficiently. I just kind of do what I figure will work. So this is the code here to scrape the lines off of DraftKings just using BeautifulSoup. If you've used BeautifulSoup before, it should look pretty familiar. These are the row elements that you're looking for if you're using DraftKings. And that's going to write all of this in a table format like this, where we've got the player, the line, over, under, just like that. It's going to write it to this file here. Okay, and let's go ahead and run that just so you can get an idea. Now there is extra code in here. I do have it to do it for 3-pointers as well as assists. I just haven't taken that out yet, but I am focusing solely on rebounds just because I seem to have a higher win percentage with rebounds. But we're gonna go ahead and run this. It's gonna give us some extra stuff. But let's see here. All right, there we go. And it's got one more to grab. There we are. So there's all the stats there, or not the stats, all the lines rather. And then that'll put it into a little CSV file for us. And we pop over here, and then this is where we get to work. So this right here majorly is once again could be done much more efficiently, I'm sure, but I was just having issues with the plus and minus signs when I was actually working with the lines that I scraped. So this is basically replacing them, replacing plus signs with nothing, or well, I guess removing them, but that way we can treat them as integers rather than a string. So let's scroll on down. Then we're going to get the stats here. And so we're going to get the stats based on the player list that I showed in the last video, where I've got a list of every player, and I've also got their links to their Basketball Reference game log page. But we're only going to grab players that appeared in this list. So we don't have to get all 500 players or however many there are in the NBA. We're just getting these guys. Okay. And I just had to put something in the data frame because it wasn't letting me. Like I said, I'm not really a coder. I just figure stuff out. I wasn't able to add stuff to a data frame that was empty. So we've got our player Ballsack Hannigan, average rebound 69. So anyway, we go through the player list and we get the contents of their URL there. We get the table that's got the stats there. We convert the rebounds, the assists, the 3 points, whatever the stats, to a float. And then here, I think is probably the most important thing, if I had to guess, is accounting for outliers in the data set. So rather than doing just an average, like for all the games to get the average, we're taking into account, like let's say that a player scores 5 rebounds on average, but one game they get 15. There's a pretty strong likelihood that event would qualify as an outlier, providing that the math, says that it is. And basically what this would do is just remove that from the list of games that we're averaging. So it could, maybe it would take his 5 rebounds down to an average of 4.5, right? So it accounts for that both ways. It accounts for that for extremely high values or extremely low values, and it just doesn't consider them within the range. So then we've got our average. This all this down here. Let's see, what was this? Oh, that's part of that. I was just having problems with null values here, so that's what that is. Just figuring something out. I don't know. I was having a problem with stuff equaling 0, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's going to take every player. It's going to add a new row to our data frame there, and then we're going to sleep for 6 seconds in between every player that we grab. If you don't do that, then pretty much immediately Basketball Reference or whatever you're using to scrape your stats from is going to block your IP. So you should, make sure that you have a sleep timer on there. And it does make it take quite a while. I mean, if you had 100 players and, you have to wait 6 seconds in between them, it's like 10 minutes. So it takes quite a while. But you only really have to run this, once, maybe twice a day, because there's a certain point they're not going to add any more players for the evening. They're just going to be moving these lines, and you don't need to scrape, James Harden's stats every 10 minutes. You might need to scrape his lines every 10 minutes, but that's pretty quick. Anyway, that's going to save all of that to a file here. And then we're going to go down here where we actually do the math and merge everything. So basically, this is just where we calculate using the Poisson distribution. And like I said, there's I've got assists and 3 points in here too, but this is just calculating the Poisson distribution using the average that we have adjusted for the outliers. And then once we're done with all that, we're going to save it to yet another CSV file. And then with that, we pop over here, and here's one I created earlier. I've got it set up to where it'll only output the players where there's an edge of more than, I think I set it to 10 or 15%. And then I've got also conditional formatting here, so it just highlights. But so these columns are, this is the Poisson distribution calculation to be under, and then this is the over here, and then basically this is our edge that we have for under. So as you can see, like Anthony Davis as an example, we've got a 21% edge if we take him under 14.5 rebounds for plus 100. And it's also, it'd be a 71% chance that he's going to be under. Here's looks like a really good one, which I would assume that something maybe is not, I'd be cautious. I wouldn't bet the house on this one, but we've got this guy whom I do not know who this man is. But we've got him 96% to be under 5.5 rebounds with a 36% edge. But anyway, that's just kind of the little project. I've just been betting anything that's that I have pop up here, providing that the line hasn't moved too much by the time I get to it, as long as it's like 15% or more. I've just been doing that. But yeah, I hope you guys got got some useful knowledge out of that one. Let me know if you want me to go in depth on anything another video. See ya.